For crying out loud. What's going on, guys? We're diving into episode number 3 for season number 10. Let's get it. Vala is on the squad. She has been fully recruited, but I'm sure throughout the season, Cam's gonna be like, you know what, you're a real honorary. You really made it to SG-1 or some shit like that. There's gonna be a sincere moment. Alright, we're back in business.
Wake up, sunshine. Time to see what old Santa brought me. Morning. I'm guessing you don't want to miss the landing?
Well, what time is it?
This is the captain. All hands take stations for atmospheric entry.
We're
Why
landing.
didn't you tell me?
Wait, here's some stuff to do.
Hey, you're just in time.
Are you kidding? I wouldn't miss this for the world. The number of times I tried to get here.
Holy shit, we've made it to Atlantis. This is big.
Odyssey, this is Weir. I wanted to be the first to say welcome to Atlantis.
Thank you, Doctor. We're getting a good look at your fair city even as we approach.
All right, let's see how the two teams intermingle.
Oh, nothing.
It's just another mission, Jackson.
One upon which the fate of the entire galaxy hangs in the balance.
And he goes
Exactly.
on those all the time. Well, like the lady said, let's all just take a moment. Okay, moment's over. Let's go save the galaxy.
The last hoorah, guys. Let's do it. Also, to be fair, Daniel's been working on getting to Atlantis for quite a while, so he deserves that epic theme there. I can only hope that my some of my favorites from the shows have some interactions. I, for one, am really hoping for a Zelenka and Walter scene. I think a Teal'c and Taylor will be kind of fun. I kind of found them to be similar off the rip. Although Ronan and Taylor are sort of like, as a mix, are sort of like Teal'c. They both have some of his traits. The Pegasus Project.
The Ori Supergate has been inactive since they sent their first wave, and these 4 are already more than we can handle. We have to act now.
Well, why don't you try dialing out? I mean, if it's powered by a black hole, you should be able to keep the thing up and running almost indefinitely.
It was what we were attempting to do when the Ori fleet first came through. Now, the Asgard have since tried again, but for some reason they can't dial out.
But you might be able to dial in?
No. The diameter of a Stargate is not arbitrary. There is a specific correlation between the energy required to create a stable wormhole
And the size of the gate. I know that.
and it's exponentially
Oh,
proportional
God.
to size. The energy required to create a connection with a supergate would far exceed that of an ordinary gate.
That's
It's
true.
like putting together a St. Bernard and a Chihuahua.
If we can make a connection between that gate and one from the Pegasus galaxy...
You're gonna try and make it jump. Don't shoot me. You know I can't help myself.
Stargate Command inadvertently dialed the gate address of a planet that was on a collision course with a black hole. P3W451, if memory serves.
The only way to do... Now, that energy spike forced our outgoing wormhole to jump to another Stargate that was relatively close by.
And if we can do it again, we can tie up the Ori Supergate indefinitely.
And a dialing crystal capable
Already
of...
have one.
And if you want to keep the connection open for more than 38 minutes, you need to find a black hole in the Pegasus
This
galaxy.
is not our first barbecue, Dr. McKay.
Yeah, they would be butting
They need
heads.
Colonel Carter said as much.
Ooh, we weren't going to tell him that.
I gotta tell you, Shepard,
Oh, this is a big moment, eh?
it's a nice place you got here.
Thanks. We just painted. McKay gives you a hard time. Just
Shoot him.
also, he's mortally allergic to citrus.
Really?
Keep one with me at all times.
Just in
comfort
case.
to know.
That's a good one. We're actually we're quite close.
You packed your bags? All right, be good.
Yeah, good luck. I wish I was going with you.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
This place is Daniel Disneyland.
Yes, your desire to access the Atlantis database. It seemed quite urgent, Dr. Jackson. Shall we?
Where's Vala?
No wonder you've been obsessing about coming here. This place must be full of so many wonderful souvenirs.
There are entire sections of the city and whole systems we don't even pretend to understand.
And you could spend a lifetime trying.
Yep.
I hope to. Well, that's the problem with ancient languages. I mean, the pronunciation can change within a handful of generations, let alone thousands of years.
So Daniel's gonna end up, his retirement plan is to make a book called Ancient for Dummies. That's how he's gonna go out
The Atlantis
at the end of the
Library.
series.
Do we have to go in there straight away? Can we do some sightseeing first?
Jump in the pool.
I just wanted to thank you for being there for me recently in a time of great personal need.
Ah.
Well, actually, you weren't there. It was a hallucination. Look, I had a concussion. I was trapped in the back of a sinking jumper, and my mind conjured you up as a means of survival. It's just what you would do in my situation. Saved my life.
That's a compliment.
Well, that's sort of nice.
Yes, it was.
Was I naked?
Partially.
Check my calculations, McKay.
This is like the Avengers crossover episode for Stargate, you know. This isn't a 1-2 people. This is both main teams together. This is epic.
Use this room's...
Hello.
It's as simple as asking questions to the holographic interface. For example...
Doctor, where to Stargate operations?
Oh, I should probably warn you. She seemed a little bit patronizing. The program was designed to teach very young children the Lantian systems.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello. We're looking for a couple of planets in the Milky Way.
Lala.
What? What can it hurt to ask?
Yeah, they got to give us a buffer. We got just absolutely erect in that beginning of this season. Might be all right.
Maintain orbit at minimum safe distance. Standby.
Although we're gonna come back with a vengeance. It's gonna be awesome.
We can commit to the next phase.
This is Emerson to flight operations. Release the gate.
Release the gate. Let's go. Drop that baby. Oh my goodness. We don't have time for failures. This has to work on the first go. Drop the onion ring. Look at that thing. Look at the thrusters.
It's gonna be a few minutes before the gate's in position and ready to dial out, and I missed lunch. So, I'm gonna fix myself a sandwich. Anyone want anything? Anyone?
That is Teonas.
Praklarouche Teonas was one of the earliest Lantian cities. It was abandoned when the inhabitants learned their sun was nearing.
I'm just getting my bearings. You're gonna have to get used to the fact this is probably gonna take a while.
The way you approach things, it could take the rest of our lives. I'm just saying, ask the question.
Doctor, we already tried to be a complete waste of time.
It would take all of 11 seconds.
We're looking for the names of two planets, known on Earth in ancient times in the dialect of Old English as Castiana and Sahal. Satisfied?
Teoth, Praklarouche, and Valos Kor.
Hey, yo. Thank you, Google. Run that back.
Now I'm satisfied. Doesn't hurt to ask.
He just belts out a really deep, let's fucking go!
One of your crew wouldn't let me finish my sandwich in the corridor.
Oh, the nerve of that crewman, huh? We're about to try a connection.
He's thinking.
Wormhole is established.
Of course it is.
Teal'c, I have a collect call from the Pegasus galaxy. Will you accept the charges?
I will indeed, Colonel Mitchell. There has been no sign of aura activity since my arrival at the Supergate, which was in fact several hours ago.
Oh, so he's tired.
Is it just me, or does his voice sound deeper?
There's time dilation effect of the black hole. Can't be
Stretching it
helped.
out, yeah.
Not until we decreased yield by at least 5%.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, forgive me for not wanting to vaporize the Stargate on our first attempt.
We're on a clock.
I find your recklessness so
Not this time, buddy.
It's Sam.
Attention all hands. Stand by, launching first warhead.
Beaming device in 3, 2,
All right.
1.
The first attempt was unsuccessful.
Okay, let's try again.
He's skeptical.
Well, she told us the name of the planets. They were right up there glowing in the ceiling. Teoth, Praklarouche, and Valos Kor.
There's something else going on.
What?
Well, it shouldn't have worked. But explain this to me. How can this database translate in real time a language spoken 8,000 years after the ancients abandoned it?
She's an ancient, not a hologram. Bing, bada, boom. That's gotta be it. You've been finessed.
Is there an archival visual record of the Lantian citizens who fled to Earth? Display them for me. One at a time.
Yield calculations are perfectly fine.
They are.
If your goal is to blow up the Stargate.
Anything less than it won't add enough energy to the matter stream.
You want to run high voltage, but you've only got an extension cord. It's impossible, and I told you so before we left
you
Atlantis.
said it was borderline impossible.
Yes, well, we've crossed the border. You know, calibrate your warhead, beam your bomb.
You know, this is not the Rodney McKay I heard stories about.
I know.
What stories? What have you heard?
Well, for starters, that you didn't know the meaning of the word impossible.
Well, I certainly know the
And
meaning.
that under threat of
Oh, he's pushing him.
Suppose Shepard told you that?
Yes, he did.
Yes, well, it's all true, but I'm not under the threat of impending death, and I don't have a...
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry.
to, I can come up with it.
Exciting as it is to view the Atlantis family album,
I'm looking for someone in particular.
I don't know of any 10,000-year-old ancients.
Moros was the last High Counselor of Atlantis.
Moros? Well, apart from the funny hat, he's a spitting image of Merlin. Aiden, or whatever his name was, came back to Atlantis at some stage and hid these names here as clues for us to find.
No. You chose your words very carefully when you said the first human to set foot in the city.
Yeah? What about a Gould?
Ascended being?
Ascended being? Gould? She's like, oh, you gotta be.
You're not really a hologram, are you?
Oh, I called that shit! Oh!
You have your answer, Daniel Jackson.
Put me in the writer's room! Should have told her hair was a mess. She would have cleaned that shit quick. Oh.
We need to calibrate an explosion with a low enough yield that the gate can survive, but maintain sufficiently high energy for there to be a cumulative effect on the matter stream.
You used 2 bombs.
Yes, I was coming to that part.
Double
We
bubbles
set the
are
second
always
device
the
to
answer.
detonate within a few... Nice job, McKay.
Yes, well, it usually helps to threaten me.
I'm also concerned that 2 successive blasts might overwhelm the stabilizer rockets. Drive the gate closer to the event horizon of the black hole.
All right, this is our last shot. Do it up. Run it, Turbo.
What is it, Radek?
Elizabeth, we've detected a Wraith hive ship with our long-range sensors.
Is it headed this way?
Toward the Odyssey.
Open a channel.
We can't. The black hole is blocking their subspace communications.
And Odyssey's sensors will also be affected. There's a possibility they won't see the Wraith approaching them until it's too late.
That is my concern, yes.
We gotta send out Shepard and the team.
Dial Earth. It's quite possible the Wraith were drawn to the nuclear blast.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't think about that in advance.
Stargate Command, this is Weir.
Doctor, we weren't expecting to hear from you until 1930 hours tomorrow.
If you can get our message to Teal'c, he should be able to alert Odyssey through the connected Stargates.
We'll have to send a team with a subspace translator.
Say something, Zelenka. Do it.
I'm forwarding you our message now. There's still time to get it to them, but you're gonna have to hurry. We're out.
They shared a seat. That's all I asked for.
Dr. Jackson.
I don't think she's coming back, Daniel, especially if you shout at her.
Oh, yes, she is. She's come this far. She's gonna finish what she started. You're not fooling anybody anymore.
Dr. Jackson.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Who are you talking to?
At one point in history, her name was Morgan Le Fay.
Morgan Le Fay was here.
Posing as a hologram, yes.
This is a computer-generated image of a Atlantean woman who lived 10,000 years ago. I'm pretty familiar with the program. It hasn't changed.
You've been finessed.
Does this interface have the capability of playing back events from earlier in the session?
Yes.
You can play back the last sentence she said to me before she disappeared.
You have your answer, Daniel Jackson. I suggest you act on it.
See?
Is there any way of determining exactly how much power we've used?
Yes, control room, this is Weir. I need you to access the power usage logs for the hollow room.
Massive spike. Use it as a power supply? Hello?
None. Are you sure?
Well, the lights are on, other than that.
Got you.
I think I owe you an apology, Dr. Jackson.
There's no need, Dr. Weir.
So we've had an ancient just chilling in the base the entire time.
Beaming the warheads in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, there's one. Let's go.
The second attempt was also unsuccessful. However, energy did pass between the Stargate and the Supergate.
Close, but not enough.
So I say we increase the yield to maximum, try it again.
You were the one who said a maximum yield blast would vaporize both gates.
We've only got one more shot at this.
Yep.
My sensors indicate that an Ori vessel is approaching these coordinates.
Oh my
At their current
goodness.
speed, they will arrive within minutes.
Oh my god.
We can't allow the Ori to discover the secondary gate. If they do, we'll never get another shot at this.
Can we cloak it? I don't know. I do not know.
As Dr. Jackson knows, it is against our highest law to interfere.
But interfering a little bit is fine, is it?
If you really are Morgan Le Fay, how do I know your intention is to help us? According to legend, you were Merlin's greatest rival.
For a time in your history, yes, I was his rival.
But he was my brother.
But we're talking about many thousands of years, Dr. Jackson, as you know. Things change. Upon seeing the threat the Ori could one day become, that Merlin retook his human form in order to create the weapon that you seek.
Okay.
He did everything within his power to keep his work secret.
We're talking.
We
I'm
feared
liking
his
this.
intentions. I was sent to observe, and if necessary, to stop him.
Wait, right there.
Merlin retained all of the knowledge he had gained when he ascended, as well as many powers. Knowledge and powers he used to create a weapon. He created a small enclave of noblemen with whom he entrusted his secret.
Arthur and Camelot.
Yes.
All of a sudden you agree with them? Because if you don't, then you're deliberately misleading us.
Has the Ori ship detected your presence?
I cannot be certain.
Oh, you can even tell Teal'c's sweating a little bit.
Teal'c, I need you to get the ship into position alongside the gate. From there, you should be able to extend the cloak around the active Stargate.
Low-key, that kind of sounds like a suicide mission.
I realize the Ori ship could be there to rendezvous with a new fleet of ships.
Dr. McKay, why don't you go calibrate your bombs? That way you're ready when the time arrives.
Yeah, we can't mess this up right now.
Teal'c, the cloaking field may be attenuated because you've expanded it. Shut down all non-mission critical systems and maintain radio silence.
Hopefully they're there just to check things out, and they'll be gone soon.
Yeah, on a side note, Teal'c could be such a great character for, like, if they bring back SG-1 for a future series.
The learning program I created many years before I left Atlantis presented itself as a means of helping you.
You'd have your answers and be on your way. Thinking you came up with it yourself.
That was my intention.
I realize the risk you're taking just showing yourself. But I'm sorry, I want more. You can pass it on to your friends as well. Yeah, I know you're listening because I am getting sick of hidden clues and cryptic messages.
Okay. Talk to me.
And every soul that's left alive is praying to the Ori, feeding their need to be worshipped. You know who they're gonna come for next.
If we interfere, we are no better than the Ori.
I understand that is at the very core of what you are, of what you believe, but
pick a side.
If you really are trying to help, then help yourself.
That boy said, all right, time to act. Holy shit, here comes the bidet.
This is SG-1 comm officer. Relaying an urgent message via subspace relay from the Gamma site.
Colonel, sublight engines are under a huge strain maintaining position this long.
Yikes. Yikes. Guys. Forget that buffer period.
That is what I remember most from your brief time among us.
Oh.
No, you wouldn't recall those. I've already gone too far.
But you can't be the only one to realize the Ori have changed things.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Teal, what's the word?
A Wraith vessel is approaching your position.
We can't trust sensors as close to the black hole. Shields to maximum.
Shields are only operating at 20% efficiency.
What's the black hole?
Oh, there's something out there, all right? We just can't see it.
Emergency thrust sublight engines. Let's put some distance between
We're
us and
literally just getting bombarded.
No, you know what? We need to do the opposite.
Yeah.
But if we can get them to follow us closer to the black hole.
Then their systems will be affected the same way as ours, including their jamming technology.
Which means we should be able to beam the warheads directly aboard their ship.
We're really using our brains this episode.
Maybe they just need someone to cross that imaginary line instead of just walking it. There must be others among you just waiting.
Trust that you have your answers.
At least tell us which one of the planets to go to.
Merlin's weapon is not...
Oh, come on. For crying out loud.
What happened?
She got bodied.
Just what she knew would happen. They stopped her. We won't see her again.
Are they gonna punish her?
Forget that. She's getting...
I don't know.
She's getting erased.
I think I understand why you came back, Daniel. I wouldn't have liked their company either.
Shields are barely holding.
See it. Not yet, sir.
You've got exactly 20 seconds to get your hyperdrive online and get out of there.
Go, 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 go. We are riding this thing.
Ray ship's in position.
Go, 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 go.
Warheads in 3, 2.
Okay. Gate is online. Ori's ship is down.
The Wraith ship has been destroyed.
Reduce sublight engines to 1/3. Let's get hyperdrive back online.
I don't know how it survived the detonation, but...
Stargate. It's still intact.
And it's still active.
The jump was successful. The Supergate is now active.
Are you serious?
I was able to keep the Stargate concealed until the last moment and lure the Ori vessel into the unstable vortex of the Supergate when the jump occurred.
My boy.
You mean we just blew up an Ori ship?
By destroying a Wraith ship.
That is the best double bubble we've seen.
Today we have achieved a great victory.
That's a massive W.
She did what she believed was right, Daniel. How badly can she be punished for that?
I don't know.
Maybe she'll just get a slap on the wrist.
Absolutely not.
Or we found out the 2 addresses we came here for. Can you at least smile about that?
I suppose. But we did find out something else, too.
What?
They're not going to help us.
It's up to you.
We're in this alone.
It's a very layered episode. Ending it on the Atlantis theme too. I see you. I see you. And that was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1 season number 10, episode number 3. And man, was that just an epic episode of the series here, really serving as the biggest W that we've had in quite a while, especially considering we've had a few massive L's recently between the Ori coming through, the Supergate having our ships destroyed, both the Prometheus and then that episode where the Ori really came through when we all got bodied. Almost a perfect episode of the show in my opinion, just as a regular episode of Stargate SG-1, but as well serving as the first major crossover, I think, between SGA and SG-1 here. Milestone episode for the fact that Daniel Jackson, you know, having ascended, having searched for Atlantis since the middle of the series, has finally got there after missing the Prometheus the first time to get there. I thought this was just a really epic episode. Right? Getting to Atlantis, everyone mixing and intermingling with each other, which was just awesome. We obviously had Rodney and Cam butting heads, which was really funny. Sam and McKay, of course, going through their same old routine. It was really fun, especially now that we know Rodney so much more than previously. Calling back to things like, oh, I envisioned you, you know, when I was in a dire moment. What I also loved too about this episode was the urgency that was just underpinning all of this, whether it was in their actions when they were dropping the nukes or the moment that they stepped onto Atlantis or even entered the solar system. They didn't get to, you know, experience that joy to the fullest because the undertone was like, yeah, like everything might be botched if we don't do this, right? So I enjoyed that aspect to this episode as well here. The idea of the ancient being the database was actually a pretty fun twist that I did see, but I didn't see at the same time. It sort of just like kind of makes sense and turned out to be the case. Unfortunately, LaFay did get bodied, and it was nice seeing her struggle like choosing what to do. But I'm like, Daniel, I was actually with Daniel on that one. It's like you already kind of passed the line. You have to choose a side because they're going to come for you next, right? The Ori is no joke. It was also fun to see the black hole situation brought up yet again here. Them introducing the time dilation slightly with Teal'c as they were sort of transmitting with each other. Overall, really enjoyed this. Also, you know, some really big things from this. We still don't know what exactly his Merlin's weapon is. Even if there actually might be a weapon, this could be a ruse. The Supergate is now open, and we also have a gate in proximity now. Very good for us. We've also destroyed one of the 4 Ori motherships, which is massive. I think this is going to be really good for the series moving forward and the team dynamic now and the team morale, if anything, right? We've still got an uphill battle to go, but closer than ever. And we killed both a Wraith and Ori ship. Like that's a massive W right there. That was Stargate SG-1 season number 10, episode number 3. Really enjoyed that one, guys. But what did you think about this episode? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. But with that being said, y'all, I will see you all in the next episodes. Love you guys so much.